Hey guys, welcome back to the full stack mobile app development course. So till then we had completed the app UI part, okay, and in the last video we have worked on this backend part as well. So what we had done in the last video, basically we had created our APIs, we had deployed our backend on the Vercel. After deploying that, we get the URL, we'll see that how we can access the data, how we can make API calls, okay. So basically we had created the backend part. Now in this video what we are going to do, basically we are going to create an admin dashboard like this, okay. So where you have to, when you scroll that, you will get some more images, like infinite is called images, okay. So this is the thing which we are going to create in this video, okay. Apart from that, when user click on add wallpaper, so it will open another screen that is called /add wallpaper, where user can add an image, like like whatever user want to upload image, so he can just upload it from there as well. He has to just type title, and you have to select the category as well, like on this where you want to upload his image, like on which category. If there is no category belongs, so you can add one more category by clicking on add category, okay. He have to just click choose the file and upload the category, so it will create a category. And here we can add a wallpaper as well. So this is the thing which we are going to create in this video. And there is one more thing that is called like infinite is called on the bottom, like as you can see that whenever we come up on the screen, so as you can see that this is called making another API call, and you can see that we are getting more data. So this is the thing which we are also going to do that. Apart from that, we are using Next.js for this, and after this completion of this admin panel, we are going to integrate all the APIs in our app, and after that we will deploy this app on Google Play Store as well. So if you summarize this, so what we had done it, so we have done the UI functionality stuff, we had done the backend setup, like how to create APIs and how to deploy your backend on the Vercel. And we had also created all the code, like get all wallpapers, add wallpapers API, and create categories, get all categories, all the 4 APIs which we need for our wallpaper app we had created already. So in this video, let's create our Next.js project and complete the admin panel as soon as possible. To create the admin panel, we are going to use Next.js. To create a Next.js project, you have to just search Next.js. Okay, once you search Next.js, you will went to this website. After that, you have to just copy this command npx create next app latest. So it is just React framework to build as you can see that used by some of the world largest company. Next.js enables you to create high quality web application with the power of React component. So it has a lot of features like server side rendering, event optimization, and a lot of features. That's why you use Next.js. So after that, you have to just copy this command, okay. Open your folder, whatever place you want to clone this, whatever place you want to create your project. Open your terminal at that directory. So as you can see that I'm going to create my folder, my admin panel inside the wallpaper directory. I have to just click on open in terminal. After that, I have to just paste this command and hit enter. Once you hit enter, it will ask you some certain question like what is the project name. The project name gonna be admin panel, okay, and it's gonna be wall hub, okay. Would you like to use TypeScript? So no. Would you like to use lint? Yes. Would you like to use Tailwind CSS? So for the styling of this project, we are going to use Tailwind CSS, so I'm gonna yes. Would you like to use source directory? Yes. Would you like to use app router? Yes. Would you like to customize the default import alias? No. So basically what you guys have to do, you have to just click whatever they are telling you suggestion. So yes, they are always telling that suggestion, so you have to just select that. So let's wait, it will install all the packages. Let's wait for some time. So guys, as you can see that we had created this Next.js project. So let me explain you guys what we had done to create a Next.js project again. So first of all, we had run this command npx create next app @latest. Once I hit this command, it will ask you the project name. So I define the project name as admin panel wall hub. After that, it's asking me question like would you like to use TypeScript? So I tell no, we are going to use JavaScript. Would you like to use ESLint? So yes, ESLint help us to write clean code. So we are using also Tailwind CSS, we are using source directory, we are using app router as well, and we are using custom import alias as well. Okay, and after that we will it will install all the packages like React DOM, Next, post CSS, Tailwind, ESLint. It has installed the dev dependency as well. After that it has initialize a git repository. Okay, now after that, once it's created a project, what you guys have to do, you have to type cd, okay, and just press the tab. It will suggest you the project name. So my project name is like admin panel wall hub, and just hit enter. Once you hit enter, you will go to that directory. After that you have to type code space dot and hit enter. So what will happen, it will open that directory in the VS Code. Okay, this is one way. Another way could be like this. What you guys have to do, you have to just drag this folder and drop this folder on the VS Code, whatever the folder you want to open in the VS Code, like this. Okay, but we have already opened this. So after that you have to run one command that is called npm run dev to start the server. So if you can see that it's showing like http localhost 3000. So just click on this URL, it will open in the browser. So it will took some time and it will open that. As you can see that something is opening on the screen. Now let's go on the code. So we went to the source. Inside source we have a page.jsx. Inside this we have a tons of code. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna remove this whole code for now. So let me remove this whole code, and inside this I'm going to create one a main component main, and inside this I'm gonna write welcome to the course, welcome to the course. Okay, and if I check it out, as you can see that we are able to see. Now let's go to the .css file. So we have a global.css. There is some background color, so we are going to get rid of this whole code. Okay, now let's see. So as you can see that we are able to see this course, but there's one more thing I just let you know, guys. If you are facing some error issue with this, like especially if you are getting error like this, let me show you guys. So if you are getting some error like this, fail to compile, an error occurred in next font. So what I'm going to do for you guys, that I'm gonna push this code on GitHub. So what you're supposed to do, basically you have to clone this project and you have to start working on that project. Make sense? Because sometimes I don't know, like there's some issue with the version, like the latest version, that it's throwing some error of next font due to some mismatch of version of React and the Next.js. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm gonna create one repo right now. So let me open my GitHub right now. After that I'm going to create one repository. So let me create one repository. Let's click on next, new repository, and I'm gonna name is admin panel wall hub. Okay, and the owner gonna be myself, and it's gonna be a public repository for you guys, because you can start this project. And once I click on create repository, it's created that repository. After that we have to initialize git commit, git add. So and we have to also paste this command. So let's do that. Okay, before that let me tell you guys that I was facing some issues. So what I had done, so I moved to the next version from next 14.20 to the 14.14, and React version is 18. Not a big deal. And I had installed this auto prefixer dev dependencies, as well as ESLint config, as well as I think just I installed the auto prefixer. After that, what you are supposed to do, basically guys, let me tell you. So we have to push this code on the GitHub, so you guys can clone this repository and start working on that without wasting any further time. So let me add git commit, and I'm gonna add a git commit minus m, and it's gonna be a project initialize. Okay, and I'm gonna push this code. So to push this code, you have to copy this line of code, git removed, and we're gonna paste that command. And after that you have to write git push to push the code. After that you have to just copy this line of code, paste that, and hit enter to push the code. Okay, once this code is pushed, let me check that it is pushed or not. So what you guys are supposed to do, basically you have to click on code. Okay, and after that you have to copy this link, and you have to type git clone, and you have to just clone this app if you're facing a issue with this one. Okay, now the first screen. Okay, so this is how we can figure out this issue which you guys are facing, especially this issue. Okay, this failed to compile and record in your next font. Okay, now after that, what you have to supposed to do basically, we have to design three screens. The first screen is called home screen, and the second screen that is called add wallpaper category screen, and the third one is called add category screen. So let's create a page for this. So the first page is called home screen. So let me add home screen. Here we show a list of wallpapers. Okay, let's check it out on the browser. There is work. Yeah, as you can see that it's showing here home screen. Here we show a list of wallpapers. Now we're gonna have another route that is called add a wallpaper and add category, where we're gonna have a logic for adding a wallpaper and adding a category. Okay, so let's add inside this app directory. I'm gonna create one folder that is called add wallpaper. Okay, inside this folder I'm gonna create one file that is called page.jsx. Okay, and I'm gonna write RFC. As you guys, you are using that extension ES7, so that is suggesting RFC. So it create one component as the name is a home, and I'm gonna write here this is add wallpaper screen. Now let's check it out. This screen add wallpaper. Okay, as you can see there on the slash add wallpaper, we are getting the add wallpaper screen. Now another screen which we're gonna have, that is called add category, where we're gonna adding the category. So add category like this, and we're gonna have a page.jsx once more, and we're gonna have a RFC, and I'm gonna name this h1 tag here. Let me do h1 tag, and inside this it's gonna be add category screen here. Okay, now let's check it out. Now we gonna have a add category. Perfect. So now we had created three screens. The first screen is called home screen, where you're gonna see a list of wallpaper. The second screen is called add wallpaper, where we're gonna show the add wallpaper logic, and the third screen that is called add category, where we're gonna have a category screen logic. Perfect. Now the first screen which we gonna work on, that is called add category, because we are going to use inside the wallpaper screen. So if you remember that we had created this APIs. Okay, here we can we had deployed this API on this Vercel. We are having this domain server wall vibes. So here this is the API URL where we had deployed our project. So let me copy this URL, and to make API call we have to use Axios. So we will see that first of all what we are supposed to do. We are going to create this screen. Let me show you in the images. So we are going to design this create category screen. So we're gonna have one heading create category, and after that we are having a one image upload. For the image upload we are going to use Firebase storage. So we will guide you like how to use Firebase storage. So it's gonna be so simple, straightforward, so you don't have to think a lot about that. It's too beginner friendly, and we're gonna have a category title. So let's check it out. So how we can do it. So let's install the create category screen quickly. So for the admin panel setup, we had created the Next.js project. We had going to work on the create add category page. So let's see. So as you can see that on the browser we are on the / add category page. Okay, and if you see on the image on the add category screen, so we are going to have a one header name as a create category, and after that we are going to have a file upload, and we're gonna have a one category text field where you can write the text category value, let's suppose it's gonna be nature category, iPhone wallpaper, or whatever you can name it. Okay, so let's style this screen. Okay, so let me style this quickly. So first of all we're gonna have instead of div I'm gonna use main, and make sure you are on the / add category page. Okay, let me explain you that why you're styling first of all add category screen, why we are not styling the home screen or wallpaper screen. Because the thing is that we are going to use add category screen first of all, because add category is going to use on the basically on the wallpaper screen as well, on the add wallpaper, because while adding the wallpaper we have to provide the category. That's why we are creating this add category screen. Perfect. Now let's do that. So first of all, I write main, and after that let me remove this code. Okay, now inside this we're gonna have a one div. Inside this div I'm gonna have a one h2 tags. Okay, and the h2 text value gonna be create a category. Let's see on the browser. Perfect, we can see that. Now let's style the div. So we are using Tailwind, so let's write. So we're gonna have it like, I'm gonna give some padding as a 6. Okay, and we're gonna give a rounded as a large. Okay, and I'm gonna give some shadow as well, shadow of medium size. Okay, so as you can see that we are getting this shadow, it's looking well. Now let's style this category as well. So I'm gonna giving a class name, and the text gonna be a large. Okay, and the font is going to be a semi bold. Perfect, and I'm gonna give some margin bottom of 4 as well. Perfect. Now after that we have to we're gonna have a one input field which is used to upload a file. So I'm gonna type as a input type file. Let's check. Yeah, awesome, we are able to see this type file. Okay, now after that we're gonna have another text input that is for the writing the category name. So I'm gonna name is input type text. Okay, and I'm gonna add a placeholder. The placeholder is gonna be enter category name, enter category name. After that we're gonna have a class name. The class name will be like margin bottom of 4, padding of 2, rounded, and I'm gonna give some border as well, and border color gonna be a gray. Color gonna be gray, and it's gonna be a 300. Okay, 300 width. Okay, perfect. 300 border gray will be 300, and I'm gonna give as a width of full. So it's gonna be a width of full, so it will take the whole width. Awesome. Now after that what I'm gonna do right now, that we're gonna have one more button. So let's add one button as well. So let me add a button. So button, and the button value will be gonna be create category. Okay, and after that we're gonna have let's add this as well. So button value will be gonna be like class name. Let me add a class name, and padding of y will be gonna be 2, and padding x-axis will be 4. Okay, cool. And after that I'm gonna define background color as a blue, and it's gonna be a 500, like darker blue, this color blue, and the text color gonna be white, white. Okay, and it's gonna be rounded, and once you hover, the background color will become blue of 600, so it become more darker when you hover the button, as you can see that. Awesome. Now so as you can see that this is not looking well, so basically let me remove this. Okay, so we're gonna add some padding as well on this here. So let me add some padding. So I'm just gonna copy this style sheet here, and gonna replace this style sheet as well. Okay, perfect. Now we're gonna have to implement this state as well. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a form state. Okay, to make this working. So first of all I'm going to create one state that is called const category. Okay, so let's do that as well. Const category is equal to set category. Okay, on the I'm gonna use the use state. Perfect. Now after that if you see that we are getting some error. And what is the error we are getting? You are importing a niche use state only works in a client component, so we are getting error for the client component. Like it's a server side component, and to make this client component, what you have to write, use client. If I write use client, it will the error will be okay, the typo, the C should be in a smaller case. Okay, now you can see that the error was lost, because basically what was happening, the page was server side rendering, and we are making it like a client side rendering, and that's why we had to use client hook. Okay, now inside the use state to handle the form, we're gonna have some property. The first will be name, like what is the name of category. Okay, then another could be another is gonna be image, like we're gonna provide the image URL as well. Okay, now let's add this. So whenever user type on category, like on the input field, we have to update the value as well. So I'm gonna add on change, I'm gonna get the event, and after that I'm gonna set the category, okay, like this, and I will get the previous value inside here. Okay, and after that I'm gonna return one object, okay, like this, and splitting the previous value and just updating the name with new value. Name will be event dot target dot value. Okay, so let me explain you this. Okay, so there's one more thing, I have to add a one round bracket here. Perfect. So what is happening here now? So if I explain, guys, so on, oh my bad, so I added this on the on change on the file type, but it should get removed from here, my bad. So as you can see that we are having a input field of category name. Here we have to add a one on change event, on change, and let me make this bigger. Okay, so here we get the event. Okay, and once we get the event, okay, we have to set the update the value of set category. So let's update this. So set category, okay, we're gonna get the previous value. Okay, and after that I'm gonna have a rounded brackets, and inside this I'm gonna return the previous value like this, and after that we gonna have a name with the event dot target dot value like this. Perfect. So if I write something, it will update that state. So let me console that here as well. So whenever we update a state of component, so it will do the re-render. So if I type something, this is category, so let's see, it doesn't do re-render here, it will re-render in the browser, I can see, I'm sure. So as you can see that now we are able to get that state here as well, like this is category. So let me write something here, hey man. So as you can see that we are updating on this state as well. Now we have to fix the image, like add the image upload functionality as well. Okay, so guys, there's for the image upload we are going to use Firebase storage. Okay, so first of all we have to create one account on Firebase to implement the image upload functionality on Firebase. Okay, so first of all what we are going to do, we are going to remove this console. Okay, and inside this source directory we are going to create one component that is called image upload. Okay, so let's see. So first of all I'm inside the source directory. Inside the source directory I'm going to create one folder that is called components. Inside this I'm going to create one file that is called image upload.jsx. okay, which is gonna be so straightforward, like it's too easy, just try to cooperate with me, it will too easy. So first of all let's create one function. So I'm gonna create a function RFC so React functional default export component. Okay, now after that what we gonna have inside this component, we are gonna have a one just an input type file. So let me do that, input type file like this, nothing else, and we're gonna style this as well, like we're gonna give the class name of margin bottom 4. Okay, now here what we are trying to do, basically we are trying to encapsulate the image upload functionality so we can reuse it everywhere, whatever place we want. So let me copy the image upload component. Okay, and here we are having an input type file. Let me remove this. Perfect. So as you can see that gets removed, and here I have to import that image upload component. Okay, so as you can see that I imported the image upload component like this. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to the image upload component. Okay, here what we are gonna do, basically here we have to upload the image upload functionality logic. Okay, let's do that. So we're gonna have accept parameter. So we are going to tell that, man, you have to only accept the image type. Okay, only image type like this. Okay, now after that we gonna add an on change event as well. So handle image upload. Okay, and now let's create a function as well, const handle image upload. Here we get the image. Okay, Now let's update the state, like, we have to also manage the state and so on. So let's do that as well. So first of all, what I'm gonna do basically, inside this event I'm gonna get the like this, const file is equal to event dot target dot event dot target dot files of 0 files of 0 will return the first item, like this. After that, what I'm gonna do basically, I'm gonna read this file. So I'm gonna add a const reader is equal to new file reader. Okay, and after that I'm gonna use reader dot onload function, okay. And what is gonna do basically, once the file get once the file get load, okay. So what I'm gonna do basically, I'm gonna set that on the sets. So I'm gonna make a one state, okay. So the file which is selected, like which, how we can know that, basically what I'm trying to do right now, we gonna render the image selected file. Whatever the user select the image, we have to render that image as well. So I'm gonna have a one state called selected file, set selected file, okay. And it's gonna be use state, and we have to import the use state from the React, and by default the value gonna be null, like this, okay. So basically what is we are reading the file, like we are getting the file. After that, once the file get read it, like we are just use the new file reader function. After that, once the file get read, what we are doing here, we are doing set selected file is equal to reader dot result, like that, okay. And after that, if file is there, okay, if basically what is, if file is there, basically if this file is or exist, so what I'm gonna do basically, I'm gonna pass like reader dot read data as URL, and inside this I'm gonna pass the file, like this. Perfect. Now after that, what we have to do basically, we have to render this image, whatever the user. Let's suppose if I select this any image, let me go on the downloads. If I select this image, so we have to render this image. So we are working on that functionality. So let's do that. So if the user has select the image, so let's copy the select file state, and after the input field, I'm gonna render this image, like whatever the user select. So what I'm gonna do basically, I'm checking that if selected file is there, okay. So I'm gonna use one div. Inside this div, I'm gonna have a one image, okay. And inside this image, the source gonna be selected file, okay. Now as you can see that we are able to render this selected file. Now if I select any other file, so we are able to render this file on the UI on the screen. Perfect. Now after that, we gonna decide the height and width as well. So I'm gonna give the height as 20. Let's see how it's looking. And width gonna be almost 30. Does it look well? Okay, let me make it 25. Height as a 25. Oh my god, I think 20 looks well. Okay, let me choose any image. 40. Let's make it 40. The height gonna be 40. Awesome. I think this looks well. And let's give some padding bottom as well. So I'm gonna give some padding bottom of 5. Let's see. Awesome. Padding bottom of 5. Awesome. So this is how we can render the image. Now here what we are gonna do basically, once user select the image, it will start uploading the image on the Firebase storage, right? So let's do that as well. So to implement that, we have to write the logic as well, okay. So first of all, we have to use the Firebase. So what we have to do, we have to create account on the Firebase. So let's create account on the Firebase. So we have to write console Firebase. Once you write console Firebase, you will get to the website firebase.google.com. Open this website. So let's see, it's gonna took some time. Okay, so it's open that, and after that click on get started. Now once you click on get started, it will start loading this. Okay, now after that, here you can see that I created one project wallpaper. Now we are going to create another project that is called wall hub. Okay, now once you create it, click on continue, close it, click on create project. Okay, it's gonna took some time, let's wait for some second. So if I explain you guys what is gonna happen now, user will select the image and it will start the uploading the image on this Firebase. So we have to implement that logic. I think it's gonna be so much straightforward, so you don't have to do a lot of hassle right now. So let's click on continue, and after that, once you click on continue, the project will be created and you will went to the inside this project directory. Now after that, you have to click on web, because we are going to implement the upload functionality on the web. The app name will be gonna be wall hub. You can give any name whatever you want, so I'm gonna give as wall hub and click on register app. Okay, now after that, what you guys have to do, you have to you can see that there is a you have to, first of all, you have to install the Firebase. So let's install the Firebase. So I'm gonna stop my server and I'm going to install the Firebase. After that, you have to create one folder of folder that is called utils. Inside that, you're gonna have some logic for the Firebase, like where you're gonna put the Firebase code. So let's do that as well. So inside this source directory, I'm gonna create one folder called utils. My bad, utils. Inside the utils, I'm gonna create one file that is called Firebase.js. Okay, and let me run the server again. Okay, once you are done with this installation of Firebase, you have to copy this code. Okay, I just copy this code. Like basically, you can copy the whole code, this whole snippet. So what I done, inside the source directory, I created one folder that is called utils. Inside that, I created one file called Firebase.js. You have to paste this whole code, whatever you had done, copy it. So what we are doing here, first of all, we are importing the initialize app from the Firebase app. We are having a Firebase config. Okay, and after that, whatever this config is there, and after that, we are having a const app is equal to initialize app. We are passing this whole object, and we are going to export this app as well. Okay, now click on the continue to console. Once you click on continue to console, you have to click on this. Here you can see that build option. Inside this build, we are having a storage. Okay, click on that, because we are going to use storage service of Firebase. Okay, now once you click on that, click on get started. Okay, so click on start in production mode. Next, done. Okay, it's gonna take some time and it will create a storage bucket for us. So let's wait for some seconds. And okay, meanwhile, now what we are supposed to do basically, inside the image upload functionality, inside the image upload component, we have to write the logic to upload the image. Okay, so let's do that as well. So let's go to the image upload component. Okay, and here what we are gonna do basically, once the user choose the image, like here the user has chosen the image, after that we have to upload the image right on the Firebase. So we have to write the logic. So as you can see that currently we are our storage is nothing. So let's do that. So first of all, we gonna have generate the name, like what the file name gonna be. So I'm gonna name the const name is equal to current date. Like the file name should be unique, otherwise if the file name match, so it will delete the existing file. So I'm gonna name like new date dot get time. Okay, it will generate one unique ID. Okay, and one unique number. Okay, and after that I'm gonna take file, file dot name. Okay, and after that, what we have to do, we have to write initialize the storage ref. So before that, there is one documentation that is called storage web file. So we are going to follow up this documentation. So what you have to type search, so just search Firebase storage upload. Okay, once you click on that, click on this website or click on this article. Once you click on this article, so as you can see that there is one very great article which they are telling how to upload your file on the Firebase. Okay, so as you can see that there is a same, like, it's a same article which I am referring, like firebase.google.com/document/storage/web/upload files. Okay, so as you can see that we are having two things like web module API, web namespace API. So let's see which we are going to follow up that. So I think let me scroll down more. So now if we first of all what we are supposed to do, guys, that is called we have to initialize a const storage. So let's initialize the storage like this. So as you can see that const storage, okay, so we are going to use web modular API. So if you can follow this web article. So first of all what we have to do, we have to copy this line, import get storage and /ref from the Firebase Google. So let's go to the image upload component. Here we have to just copy and paste this code. After that we have to initialize the const storage is equal to get storage. Okay, now once you done with that, inside that, okay, there is one more thing I just forget to you guys that inside the const storage is equal to get storage, we have to pass this app which we had created. This app we have to pass inside that get storage function. So let's import the app. Okay, so const storage is equal to get storage, we are passing the app as well. Okay, now after that what we are going to do, basically we are going to generate a unique name which we had already done. Const name is equal to new date.getName and file.name. After that we have to write const storage ref. I'm going to create one storage ref, and ref is equal to as you can see that there is one called mountain ref or storage ref. So I'm going to name as storage ref, and inside this ref we have to pass storage. Though as you can see that we are passing the storage, let's pass the storage as well. Storage, and another thing is called the file name which we want to upload. So my file name is gonna be name, which we are already generating a unique file name and passing it here. Okay, and after that we have to use upload task method. So if we scroll down, if we more scroll down, let me scroll down. So yeah, you can see that we are going to use upload task dot on method. Okay, so let's do that as well. So first of all we have to copy this line. Okay, so we have to copy this line, const upload task is equal to upload const upload task is equal to upload by bytes resumable. Inside this we have to pass basically storage ref. Okay, the storage ref, and another parameter is called file. So as you can see that here on the const upload task we are passing the storage ref and the file. Awesome. Now after that there is another thing which we have to write, that is called upload task dot on. Okay, and here we are having a two thing that is called state change. We have to just copy this, add it here. After that we are having a snapshot. Inside this we are going to get the percentage const percentage is equal to, okay, percentage is equal to like you can copy this code, like I think let me copy this code instead of writing this whole. So what I'm doing right here, const progress is equal to a percentage is equal to whatever you can call, and snapshot byte transfer divide by snapshot dot total bytes into 100. It will return the upload progress or upload percentage. Okay, now after that what I'm gonna do, guys, you can see that we are having a state like a switch case where we are checking that the file is get paused, running, or whatever you can say. So it's up to you, you can copy or ignore it. So I'm gonna ignore it for now, or let me do like this. So I'm gonna copy this whole code right now from this here upload task dot on method to this bottom of code. So let me copy this whole code, copy, and I'm gonna paste this code till here. And let me explain you guys. So what is happening here? So we are using upload task dot on method. Inside that we are passing the state change parameter, as you can see that they are telling, and after that we are observing the state change events and the progress, pause and resume. Like if the internet get paused, so we will see the status, like the file get status pause, so we can show something like that. So we are getting the progress, like how much progress is done. So we are getting the progress, and we are getting the state, like upload is paused, upload it's running, and so on. After that, if you get any error, so you can handle the error as well here. And after that, once the file get uploaded, so here we get that code. So we are getting that get download URL. Okay, inside this we are getting the upload task dot snaps.ref. We are passing that, and in here we are getting the download URL. Awesome. Now we are getting the download URL. Now let's check it out, like it's working or not. It's working. So I'm gonna open my console as well. Okay, let me reload this. Okay, now it's reloaded. Now let's select one file. So I'm gonna select this image, and I click this. So as you can see that upload is 0%, and it's restrict me. It doesn't allow to upload the image. 403 forbidden. Now if I go to storage ref, click on rules. Okay, inside the rules, what we have to do, we have to allow to upload from anywhere. So I click on rules, and it's started loading. As you can see that allow read write if false. Now what we are supposed to do, we have to make it true. Now let's click on publish. So it's gonna took some seconds. Okay, and after that we are able to upload this image. Let's try once more. So I'm gonna upload this image, and as you can see that upload is running and upload is completed. Okay, but there you can see that we are getting error, that reference error, get download URL is not defined. So we have to also import the get download URL from the Firebase. So I was not importing that, so I had just imported the get download URL, as you can see that from the Firebase /storage. And now let's give one more try. If I again select this image and click on upload, it will start uploading is 5 seconds, 16%, 45, 67, 80, 88, 95, 100. Upload is running, and upload is 100% done. And if I click on this URL, it will render this image as well. Okay, so we had we have implemented this upload functionality via Firebase. Okay, now we have to fix this, like how we can basically we have to, like we had done the upload image functionality. Now what we are gonna do, basically we're gonna have to pass this URL from parent to child component as well. So we have to do that as well. So let's do that, and we're gonna show a loader while file the get is uploading. Okay, and let's do that. So first of all, I'm gonna create one state called loader. To const loader is equal to set loader set. Okay, let me make it const loading is equal to set loading, and use state gonna be initially it's gonna be a false. Okay, now after that we're gonna have a basically storage. So once the user click on handle image upload URL. Okay, there's one more thing which I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna create another state that whatever the URL we are getting, const image URL, set image URL. Okay, and it's gonna be use state, and by default it's gonna be null. Okay, so this state what is gonna do, basically once the image get uploaded, we are getting the URL. So we're gonna set that is state to the image URL as well. Okay, now what we are gonna do, basically once the user click on this select file, so we're gonna make the set loading as a true. Okay, and after that once the file get upload. Okay, so what we are doing here, like first of all we are reading the file, const file is equal to event.target.file sub 0. we are reading that file like using the reader is equal to new file reader. Once the file get loaded, reader.onLoad, and we are setting the selected file is equal to reader.result. If file is there, so we are passing this read at data URL. Okay, and after that we are creating a unique name for our file. So as you can see that if you check it out on the Firebase, if you check our files on the file storage, so as you can see that this is the generating a unique number. Okay, with the help of time, so we are generating a unique number and having a plus file dot name. Okay, and after that we are having const storage ref is equal to ref. We had imported the ref from this from the Firebase storage, and we are passing the storage. So we had also created the storage is equal to const storage is equal to get storage, and inside the get storage function we are passing the app. Inside the app, where is the app? So app is looking like this. So first of all we are having import initialize app, Firebase config, we are exporting this app like this. Now let's go back. After that we are having a selected okay, after that what we are doing, we are following this documentation. So I will also provide this documentation link on the URL on the description box, so you can check it out. So here what we are doing here, we are reading the file file state, and we are having a progress as well. Now once the file is progressing, we have to set this state as well. So let's set that state. So I'm gonna create another state that is called const percentage or progress, whatever you can. Okay, so I'm gonna create one state called upload percentage and set upload percentage. And why I'm gonna creating this state, because to show this state on the UI. So first of all, the upload percent is gonna be 0 initially, and set upload percent. Okay, now after that what I'm gonna do, guys, if I scroll down, okay, now here we are getting the percentage. So I'm gonna upload I'm gonna update the upload percentage state with the progress. Okay, now you can see that this is updating the progress percentage. Now after that if something error is come, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make the set loading as a false. Okay, and once I get the file URL, I'm gonna set the set image URL as a download URL. Okay, so we are getting the download URL, and we are setting that state to the download URL, and we're gonna make the set loading as a false. Okay, now let's check it out. So first of all, we have to also implement two things, that one thing that is called to show a loader, right? So what I'm gonna do right now here, that if loading is true, okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna render one component or load a state. So inside the div, I'm gonna creating one div. Let me show that. Before, let me remove the condition for now, and let me make it true for now. So inside the div, we gonna have another div. Okay, like this, and inside this div, what I'm gonna do basically, guys, it's gonna be a image uploading. Okay, and we're gonna have a class name. Okay, let's not a class name. I'm not adding any class name for now. Let's add a class name to the parent. Like it's gonna be fixed. So fix top of 0. Okay, so what I'm trying to make, like one kind of overlay on the top of this form. Top of 0, left of 0, and the right of 0. Okay, and the bottom of 0 as well. And I'm gonna give a flex item center. Okay, item center, and justify center. Okay, and background color, bg color gonna be gray of 800, and I'm gonna give some background opacity. As you can see that the whole content is not visible, so let's give some opacity. So bg opacity is gonna be almost 50, I think, yeah, bg opacity will be 50, and I'm gonna give some z indexing as well. So the z indexing will be 50. Okay, now I think it's looking more better. So once if if image is uploading, so we are gonna show this. Okay, and also what I'm gonna do, guys, basically I'm gonna show the progress percentage as well. Okay, so let's add this image uploading, and here what I'm gonna do is that progress percentage, my bad, upload percentage. Okay, so I'm gonna also show the upload percentage here, upload percentage, and we're gonna have some spaces here. Okay, now let's do one more thing, that is called, okay, here we have to make like this upload, not upload, but if its loading is true. Okay, now if I click on choose file, and if I upload any image, let's upload any image like this. So as you can see that image uploading, and the percentage is 0 and it's become 100. Okay, and we had update this URL here as well, like the image URL is also get updated. Now what we are gonna do, basically we are going to get the one function that is called handle. So let me do like this. So inside this add category screen, okay, here we are going to create one function called handle get, okay, my bad, again, const handle get image URL. Here we get the URL, and after that, once we get the URL, we will check that if URL is there. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are gonna update the set category. Okay, like this. So first of all, we split the previous state. Okay, and inside this we're gonna have a round brackets. Here we're gonna split the previous state, and image gonna be URL, like that. Awesome. Now let's call this handle get image URL function here. So handle send image URL. Okay, I'm passing this function handle send image URL. Okay, my bad, let's make like handle get image URL. So I'm writing handle get image URL, and I'm passing this function handle get image URL as well. Okay, now let's go to the image upload component. Here we have to read this function handle get image URL, and once the file get uploaded on the server, like here we are getting the file is uploaded, like download URL, we have to call this function like this, and we have to pass the download URL. So basically what is gonna happen now, whenever the image file get uploaded, it will call this function automatically. Okay, and we will get the URL here, we get the URL on this function, and what we are doing here, we are just updating the set category with the image URL. Awesome. Now we have to also test it out. So let's add a console to the here URL. Let's console to the category as well. Now let me open the this console, and let me reload this. So as you can see, the currently category is having name and image. If I click on choose file, and if I upload any image, let me upload this image. So upload percentage, you can see the upload image uploading 0%, 100%, and we get the state. Like as you can see that the state gets uploaded on the state. How awesome is it, right? And we can also update the name, like some wallpaper name, like your wallpaper name you can give whatever you want to give, right? Awesome. Now let me explain the whole code, whatever we had done. Okay, so first of all, what we had done, let me explain you from the scratch so you guys able to understand and do it as soon as possible. So first of all, we had installed one package called Firebase. As you can see that on the dependency. Why we install the Firebase package too? Because we are going to use Firebase storage service. Okay, we had also created one project on Firebase console. Inside this we had created the web project. Inside that we had went to the build. Inside this storage, we went to the storage, we turn on the storage, we click on the rules, we make it true the rules. Okay, and after that what we had done, we went to the we created one folder. Inside this source directory we had created one folder called utils, and inside the utils we had created one file that is called Firebase.js, which we had just copied from the Firebase. Okay, and after that, let's suppose if you forget this Firebase config, so how you can find this whole object? So find this object, what you guys have to do, you have to go on this here, you have to click on here, click on this gear icon, click on project setting, and once you click on project setting, if you scroll down here, you can see all the credentials which you can just copy and paste it here. Awesome. Now here what I done, I just created one Firebase.js. I just paste that whole the code and I'm exporting this app, export const. After that I went to the image upload component. Here what I am doing here, I had imported the app, okay, and after that I imported this get download URL function, get storage function, ref function, and uploads byte resumable from the Firebase storage. Okay, and we are having a one state called loading set loading state to to show the loader while uploading the image. We are having another state called image URL or set image URL, which we are not using anyway, so I think we can get rid of this right now. Okay, let me remove this from the bottom as well because we are not using it anymore. Okay, now first of all we are showing the loader. After that we had created one state called const storage is equal to get storage, and inside this get storage function we are passing the app object, okay, which the one which we had created. Okay, after that we are having a state called selected file set selected file. We are using this state to show the render the selected file state on the UI. After that we had created another state that is called upload percentage to show the how much percentage, like how much upload is done. And we had created this function handle image upload, which is like quite a bit bigger, and we will try to explain you after this code. Let me explain this whole code, this HTML code. So we are having I'm checking that if its loading is true, then render this upload on the top of that overlay image upload content, and we are showing the upload percentage as well. After that we are having an input type file, as you can see that, okay, and the type is file and class name is margin bottom 4, and it will just accept the image. And we are having an unchanged event where we're calling the handle image upload, and also that we are rendering the selected files on the UI, whatever the user select the file using this. Now let's understand this handle image upload for function that is quite bigger. And there's one more thing, I will provide this article. This is the article which we are following up, so you can also check it out guys, and it will become much more easier for you. So first of all what we are doing here, so once the user click on once the user select the file, we are doing the set loading as a true. Okay, and after that we are reading the file, like const file is equal to event.target.files of 0. Okay, and after that const reader is equal to new file reader. We are using new file reader to read the file on the UI. Okay, so I'm using reader.onLoad end. Once the file get loaded, so we are telling that set selected file is equal to reader.result. If file is there, so I'm doing reader.read data URL, and I'm passing the file. After that I'm having called const name is equal to new date.get time, okay, plus file.name. So why I'm basically here in this function, what I'm trying to do, the new date.get time is generating a unique name, like unique number, okay, unique number, and I'm just concatenating the file.name, whatever the file name is it. Okay, and after that we are having a storage ref variable where we are calling one function that is called ref function, and we are passing two variables. The first variable is called the storage function, which we had already declared on the top, and another thing is that the file name which we are passing. Okay, and after that we are having upload task variable, which is where we are calling uploads byte resumable. The first parameter is called storage ref, and the second parameter is called file, the file which we want to upload. Okay, so with the file we are getting like this here. After that we are having upload task.on, where we are passing the state change. Okay, and here we are getting the snapshot, and inside the snapshot we are having const percentage, and we are getting the progress, like how much progress is done to snap.bytes transferred / snapshot.total bytes into 100. Okay, and here we are getting the upload progress. Okay, and once we get the progress, we are also updating to our state. So as you can see that we had created one state called upload percentage. We are updating that state as well. And there's some snapshot.state pose running, so I'm not using it anyway, so I can get rid of this snapshot state. Okay, so while uploading the image, so if I get something error, like if something happened wrong, so we are getting that inside this, and we can add a console and we can check it out, like we are getting some error. And after that, this is the final function. Here we are getting the get download URL. We are calling a method called get download URL from the Firebase. We are passing the upload task.snapshot ref, and here we get the download URL. once we get the download URL, we are calling a function called handle get image URL. Okay, and set loading as a false. So we are calling a handle get image URL. So where we are getting that, we are getting this this function, a callback function on the from the parent component. So if you check out this add category function, we had created one function called handle get image URL, where we are getting the URL. Okay, and we are calling the URL here, like where we are consoling the URL, and we are updating this URL to the set category state. So if I show you guys what is happening here, so inside this image upload component, we are passing handle get image URL. Okay, handle get image URL, we are basically we are passing this handle get image URL, and we are calling that we are getting the URL, and we are just spreading out the we are just updating the URL like this. Perfect. So this is the all about, like, how to upload image upload functionality. And after that, what we are going to do, that we are going to make API call. Okay, API call and upload like, and going to create a entry on database. Okay, so let's do that. Now basically, when user select the image and enter the category name, so when user click on create category, so it should make a API call and create a category. So we have to work on that functionality, right? So how we can do that? So first of all, we have to make a API call, right? To make the API call, we have two options. We can use fetch and Axios. Okay, so the Axios syntax is quite is easier and simpler, so I'm going to use Axios package. So let's install the one package called npm I Axios. Okay, and while installing that, let me guys explain you one more thing, that if you remember that in the last video we had created this API and we had deployed this on the Vercel as well. So if we this is the API URL, and if I type API/categories, okay, so it will show the list of categories, or I think it will show you some list of categories, or I think I'm passing the name is wrong, API/categories, or I think API/wallpapers. Okay, perfect, I got it. So if we can API/category will return the category. We had created this API/wallpapers. Okay, so this is the thing which we had created in the last video. So what we have to make an entry, and we have to create a category. So first of all, there is one more package which I'm gonna use, that is called React Hot Toast. So what is gonna why we are gonna use that? Basically, once the document is created, like let's suppose once we are done with this, once the category is created, we are going to show a toast like this. So let me show you one example, hot toast example. I think there will be some example will be. So basically, some kind of toast is in a simple term. So let me install that package as well. So npm I React Hot Toast, copy this and paste this package name as well. Okay, once it's get installed, we have to do some configuration, that is called get started. Click on get started, and we have to use some toast. We have to do some configuration, what I remember, like let me check it out. Click on this, click on React Hot Toast npm package page. Okay, and if you scroll down, so yeah, we have to import the toaster. So you can see that this kinds of message we want to show. So at that point of time we use. So first of all, we have to copy this toaster, and we have to import, like copy this again, and we have to go inside this layout. So as you can see that inside the layout.js, we are having layout.js. Here what I'm gonna do, basically I'm gonna do like this, paste that code toaster, and we have to import the toaster from the React Hot Toast, and we have to run npm run dev. Okay, and let me show you one example of toaster. You get surprised, like you will tell like, this is awesome, dude. So let's go to the add category page. So we are inside the add category page, and inside this we are having a button create category. Let's add a one on click event, and handle create category. I name it handle create category, and let me create one function here, const handle create category. it's gonna be an async function because we are going to do some API calling here. And I'm gonna get rid of this commented code right now. Now inside this, let me show you guys one example of toast.success. Man, you rocked it, something like that. Now let's click on create category. Okay, let me save it. Okay, now let me reload it and let's check it out. So you can see that it's compiling and we are reloading the page. Now click on create category. As you can see that we are getting this toast. Okay, so basically when we are going to show this toast whenever the create category is done. Okay, now let me remove this. Now we have to make API call. Right? So before that, let me show you the backend code which we had done in the last time. So it's gonna be wall hub backend, okay, server wall hub. Okay, so this is the code which we had done last time, where we have created the different kind of API/categories, API/wallpaper, all the things, and we are having a .env like this. So you can open the MongoDB Atlas in the browser, or you can open the MongoDB Atlas of your local machine. Whatever you guys have, you have to open that and just paste that URL. Click on connect. Okay, and here you can what I'm trying to tell you guys, that you can drop this database because we are having some dummy data. So you can delete this like this. Okay, or you can just drop this collection, so it will delete the whole test data like this. Or you can click on again drop collection, just copy the name. So basically what I'm trying to tell you guys, it will drop the database, or whatever the data you have inside this collection. Another method could be you can create another database name that could be wall vibes prod, something like that. That will database just for production, and the previous data will be become for the testing purpose. But make sure you upload on the change this you do these changes on this Vercel as well. Okay, now after that you can whatever I had done right now with the MongoDB local atlas, you can do with the MongoDB atlas as well. So what you guys have to do, you have to do mongodb.com, you have to do login, and after that you will get to the access to this atlas there as well. Perfect. Now what I'm gonna do right now, that is called, let me close this. Okay, before that we had created some APIs, create categories. You can see that API/category/post request will create the category, get request will get all categories, and /id will delete the category if you're making a delete request. Now what we are trying to do right now, we are going to make one API request to create a category. So we have to make an API request post. Okay, so first of all we had installed the Axios. So I'm gonna create one file that is called api.js to make the life simpler. Okay, and here what I'm gonna do, basically I'm gonna name is const API is equal to axios.create instance, axios.create. Okay, and it's gonna be axios.create instance, not axios. Let me check that. Okay, axios.create, and here what we have to do, here we have to pass the first parameter that is called base URL. Okay, so let me copy the base URL. As you can see that this is the base URL. Okay, so it's gonna open. Let me copy this URL. Okay, and we gonna paste this URL, whatever the API URL is, that is your base URL. So as you can see that this is my base URL, server/wallvibe/wallpaper dot something like that. And after that I have to export default export. I have to just export this API. Okay, so let me export this as well. Okay, now after that let's go to the page, and I'm gonna close the other stuff, and here I'm gonna use try catch block. Okay, and after that I'm gonna make one request, const data is equal to await API. I have to import the API, and API dot post request, we are making a post request, and here we have to write /categories, and this makes our life simpler, right? You don't have to write the whole URL if you are using the instance of your Axios, and that's I feel so good with using this Axios instance. Okay, I think you guys should also use this. And after that we have to pass the data in a body, right? So pass the data in a body, we have to just type the category, just type category. Okay, now after that what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna console this data, like okay, so basically we are getting the response here, response, and after that I'm gonna console the response dot data. Okay, now let's see. Now what I'm gonna do basically, guys, I'm gonna upload one. Okay, if I get an error, so we are gonna also console that error as well. Okay, now if I click on choose file, let me choose one file. So I'm gonna create one wallpaper. So I'm gonna upload a one iPhone image, and it's gonna be like this image. Okay, so the image will get uploaded in some seconds. Okay, images get uploaded, and the category name gonna be iPhone wallpapers. Okay, and let me open the network tab as well. So I open the network tab, I click on fetch XSR, and now click on create category. So I click on create category, it's making a request, and we are passing a payload of image and name. Okay, and it's when we are making a post request, and it's telling that 404 API not found. This is because we missed one thing, and do you know, guys, what is that? That is called the endpoint should start with /API/categories, and that is the thing which we are missing, and that's why it's not founding. So again, I fix it, like, it should be /API/categories, and I was initially writing the /categories only because the API based URL is just a domain URL, not /API. No endpoint is there, / only domain name. Okay, now let's do one more. I'm gonna upload the image again, and after that again I have to write the category name, iPhone wallpapers, and let me see. Click on create category. Now let's check it out. So we are making API call, we are passing the payload. Okay, and we are having address as well. Okay, so it's telling that 504 gateway timeout error. We are getting again error. Now let me try again once more. So okay, awesome. Now as you can see that this is created the category, and we are getting the response of 200. Okay, so we had created these categories. Now if you check in our database, so let's click open the MongoDB database, and let's connect to its atlas. Okay, I think the URL which we had done, I think already we have that MongoDB URL. Now let's click on connect, so we will connect with this database. And now if we check that, do we had created any wallpaper category? Yes, we had created one category that is called iPhone wallpapers. Now let me create some more categories quickly, and there's one more thing. We are going to show a toast as well, toast dot success of what are you gonna show that category created successfully, something like that. And now let me choose another file for different category, that is gonna for nature, and we're gonna select this nature image. Okay, so it started uploading this image, and as you can see that the image upload percentage as well, and awesome, the image get uploading. Okay, awesome, image get uploaded, and we're gonna name this category name will be nature wallpapers, and let's click on create category. So it created another category, and now let's check on the database. So I'll just reload the database. Okay, and now you can see that we had created two category, iPhone wallpapers and nature wallpapers. Awesome, so we had created right now basically a create category screen. Now the next task which we are going to do that is called add wallpaper screen. Okay, so guys, this is how we can you guys can add more more category, all this stuff, and you can do more stuff and more functionality here as well. And if some error comes, so you can show a toast dot error, okay, like this, and you're gonna have a message like something gets wrong. Okay, you can show this message. Okay, so this is how you guys can create category screen. So let me guys explain you what we had done in this video. So first of all, we had created the API file where we are having Axios instance, axios.create. We are having a base URL, http/server var vibes virtual URL. And after that, we went to our page. We had created one function called handle create category. Here we are using the async function, and inside the async function we are having a try catch block. Inside the try we are getting the API, and we are making a post request api.post, and we are passing the API endpoint /API/categories. Here we are passing the category data, name and image in the body. After that, once the category is created, we are showing a toast that category created successfully. And if you are getting error, we are showing a toast like something gets wrong. Okay. And there's one more thing to show the toast. We had to one setup, that's we install the npm i react hot toast. This is the package which we had installed, react hot toast. And after that, we had import the toaster inside the layout file. Awesome. Now the next screen which we are going to work on, that is called add wallpaper. Add wallpaper. Let's go to the add wallpaper screen. Now we have to design this screen. So let's design this screen. So if you check on the Figma, like what we have to do on this screen, let me show you guys. So inside this add wallpaper screen, we are going to have a first of all image upload, the title and the select category. Okay, so let's do that. And on the top we are going to have a one button as well, add category. Okay, perfect. Now let's do that quickly. So we are inside the /add wallpaper route, and we can open this /add wallpaper from the going to the source. Inside source we are having app, inside app we are having add wallpaper, and inside that page.jsx. And let me close others file. Okay, now first of all we want we are going to design this. So instead of having a div, I'm gonna use again main. I prefer main. Okay, and the class name gonna be like padding of some 5, so I'm giving some padding as well. And inside this, the first thing which I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use one link tag from the react from the next link. Inside that, I'm gonna add a one text called add category. Now as you can see that we are getting some error failed to prop href except string. Okay, so we have to pass href as well. So let's pass the href. We are not passing here. So whenever user click on add category, it should navigate to the add category screen as well, add to the add category page. Now if I click on add category, as you can see, it's navigating the add category screen. Now let's go back. Now let's style this as well. So I'm gonna add a class name. So the class name will be background blue of 500. My bad, bg, not bug. Bg blue of 500. Okay, and once the user hover, again the same style, bg blue of 700. Bg blue, not blue of 700. Awesome. Now after that, the text gonna be white. Okay, and the font will be bold. So font bold, and padding of y-axis will be 2, and padding of x-axis will be 4. Padding of x-axis will be 4, and we're gonna have a rounded like this. Now as you can see that the padding and the margin, like it's looking well. Add category, and if I over this, nothing is changing, white, and I think we had done some mistakes. So over I done some, okay. Once the user get over, so we're gonna have bg color blue of 700. Now let's check it out. Okay, awesome, it's now working. And after that, we're gonna have another div. So let's add a one div, and inside this div we're gonna have a first of all one h2 tag, as we had already in the create category. And inside the h2 tag we're gonna have a title called create wallpaper. Okay, now let's style the div. So div class name will be gonna be margin top of 10, padding will be 6, and rounded, and we're gonna rounded large. Okay, and we're gonna give us some shadow of medium. So let's see. Okay, awesome, now the shadow is there. Awesome. Now let's style the h2 as well. So we're gonna class name will be text lg large, okay, and the font will be semi bold, and the margin bottom will be 4. Yeah, looks good. And after this text we're gonna have one input field. Okay, before that let's add a image up. No, I think first of all let's add the input field, input type, and it's gonna be a text. So the placeholder will be enter wallpaper, enter wallpaper name, okay, and let's add a class name of this. The margin bottom will be 4, okay, and padding of 2, and it's gonna be rounded, and the border we're gonna give us some border as well. So border color will be gray and of 300. So let's do border gray of 300, and we're gonna give the width as a full. So let's give the width of full. Awesome. Now we're gonna have a on change event as well. So we got on the on change event we get the event, and we're gonna do the logic part after this UI design. And we are getting some error that event handlers cannot be passed to the client component. So as you can see that currently it's a server component. Now we have to make this component to the client component. To make this component to the client component, what do you have to type? You have to type use client. Now let's see. Oh, we get rid of this error. Okay, now after that we are going to have a select drop down where user can select the category. Okay, so let's create a category, like select options. So we're gonna have a select. Inside the select we are going to have options. So for now let's create a one dummy array, and the dummy array gonna look like this. So we're gonna have a name, category name, and the ID as well, the underscore ID, like this, category ID, something like that. And after that we are going to loop that. So array dot map, okay, and we get the category here, okay, and inside this we are going to run a loop like this. So return, inside this return we are going to have option, and inside this we gonna render the category dot name, and the value gonna be category dot id, category dot underscore id. Okay, now if you see that you can see that if you click on this we are getting the category name. We can make name like this, nature category, something like that. Okay, now after that we are, so as you can see that like when we're clicking on that, by default it's selecting the nature category, and that's a work, right? So what we are going to do that we are going to create one option, okay, and inside this option the label gonna be select a category, and the value gonna be for this selecting this, it's gonna be null. Okay, and by default like user can't select this category. Let's make it disable as well if you want to make it disable. So I'm not making disable for now. Okay, now if we click on select category we are getting the nature category. We can have more items here, but let's ignore it for it now. Okay, and whenever we do map, there's one more thing guys. Whenever you guys are doing map, make sure to pass key property. So key are basic identifier which help React to understand which item deleted, updated or removed from the UI. So it's gonna be unique, like at last category dot underscore id. Okay, like this. Now after that let's style this category as well. So we're gonna have a select, and inside the select we're gonna have a class name, and the class name will be margin bottom of 4, okay, padding of 2, and some rounded, okay, and after that we're gonna give some border, okay, and border gray of 300. Let's give a border gray of 300, and the width will be like total width, full width, like this. Okay, now you can see. Awesome. Now before that we have to also add one functionality that is called image, to choose wallpaper. So we're gonna have an image upload component. Now we have to also import this image upload component. Okay, you can see that. Awesome. Now if you check it out, there's one thing like which I'm feeling that let's add a border radius, a border to the image upload as well. So I'm gonna just copy this styling image class name, and let's go to this component image upload, and inside this class name, let's scroll down. Inside this class name of image upload, let's replace this new one. Now let's check it out. Okay, looks great. Yeah, looking great. Now as you can see that we have like enter wallpaper name, select category, nature category. Now basically what we are going to do inside this add wallpaper screen, we are going to make API call to bring all the category, right? So we're gonna have a like const categories and set categories. Okay, and by default use state gonna be an empty array. Okay, and here what we are going to do, basically we are going to make a API call to get all the category, get all categories API call, and we're gonna update, set this data to the categories, and we're gonna make it dynamic. So let's do that. So first of all, I'm gonna use the use effect hook like this. I imported the use effect from the React, and inside that we're gonna have one arrow function, and we have to pass an empty dependency array like this. Okay, now we're gonna have a one function called const get all categories. Okay, async function, and after that let's create this, and we're gonna have a try catch. Okay, and I'm gonna create like const response is equal to await. We're gonna import the API. We had already created the endpoint to get all the categories, if you know the last video. So we have to write /API/categories. Okay, we get the response, and after that once we get the response, we will check that if we will set the data set categories is equal to response.data.categories. I think I'm on the right path. Okay, and if I just do the console as well, let's check it out like what we are getting here. So if you see, like, I console the response.data.categories, and let's add a console to the error block as well. So now let's check it out on the inspect, and we are having console. So we have to also call this function whenever the component mount on the UI. So I'm calling this function on the get all categories. Now in the console, if I reload this page, so we are calling a get all categories function, and we are getting response.categories is undefined. If you see that, we are getting the response.category, not categories. Okay, this is the mistake which I was doing. Okay, so we are getting response.category, and we are getting this array of data here. Awesome. Now let me remove this console for now. Okay, I remove the console, and we are setting this data response.data.category. We are having this curly braces because it will check that otherwise it will not throw error basically if data key doesn't exist. Okay, now once we get the categories, we have to also make it dynamic. Like we are having only, let's make it dynamic. So instead of having this inside select, we are having a one category object. So let me remove this array of objects. Okay, and we're gonna replace with categories.map like this. And if you scroll down, you can see the iPhone wallpapers, nature wallpaper, which we had created last time. So we are having only two wallpapers. So let's add one more category. Now let's select the category. So it's gonna be a beach wallpaper. So let's select the one beach image. So I'm gonna select this image. Yeah, this image, and I'm gonna name this called beach wallpaper. So as you can see, the image is uploading 7700%. Okay, and let's make it beach wallpapers, and let's create category, and the category created successfully. Let's go back and let's check it out. As you can see that we had added the beach wallpaper as well. Now we can select it up. Awesome. Now we gonna have a handle this functionality of like creating this state. Whatever the user type, we have to maintain on the user state as well. So to manage the wallpaper state, we are going to create one state as like wallpaper state const wallpaper comma set wallpaper. Okay, and the user state gonna be like this, and here we are going to do basically name. We are gonna have a name, and another thing will be image, I think. So let's check it out, like on the image, like what we are need, like so we don't have to name. So if you see that on the category schema, on the wallpaper schema, we need name, image and category. So let's do like that. So we're gonna have a name, image and category. Okay, and by default looking like this. Okay, so we had created one state called wallpaper state. We are having a name, image and category. Now whenever user type anything on this name wallpaper, like name of the wallpaper, we have to update this state as well. So let's do that. So we went to this input field. Okay, here what we gonna do is set wallpaper is equal to, we will get the previous state. Okay, and after that we're gonna have a one bracket, and inside this I'm gonna return the previous object. After that we're gonna have a name, and I'm gonna do that event dot target dot value. Okay, now after that if I type something, it will reflect that. Let's check it out, like does it working or not. So I added one console here, const wallpaper, and let me open this inspect. Let's click on console, and if I type something, yeah, it's working. Now another thing is that we have to work on this category. So let's do that as well on the category. So we are having a select options. Okay, and inside the options we are having some value. So let's do that here, functionality here. So what I'm gonna do, basically I'm gonna write the select value as a value is equal to, let me close this, value is equal to wallpaper. Value is equal to what, where's that, yeah, we are having a select. Inside this select we are having basically wallpaper dot category. Okay, so whatever the user select the category, it will by default the value gonna be that. And after that we are going to have one event that is called on change event, and we're gonna have an event. And after that we're gonna call this set wallpaper method. And here what I'm gonna do, basically I'm gonna get the previous state, and after that I'm spreading the previous state like this, and I'm just updating the category with this event dot target dot value, event dot target dot value. Okay, now let's see on the console that is working or not. So I'm gonna open my console, let's click on category. Yeah, it's working now. Basically whenever we create a category, we just need an ID, so it's working, like whatever we are selecting, it's working perfect. Now another thing is that we have to also call this function handle image, whatever you can see. So we are having image upload function. Okay, and we have to create one function called handle get image URL, and we have to pass that as well. So as you can see that I created one props called handle get image URL, and we are passing this function handle get image URL. Now let's write this logic here on the top. So I'm gonna write this function called const handle get image URL. We get the URL like this. After that, once we get the URL, I'm gonna set the wallpaper like this. I'm gonna get the previous state. Okay, and after getting the previous state, we are going to spread the previous state, and we're gonna have an image will be new URL. Okay, image with the new URL like this. Okay, whatever you are getting the URL. Okay, now let's give a sort one more. So the wallpaper name gonna be, let's first select the image, like whatever the select I'm gonna select that. So the first image will be gonna be iPhone wallpaper, so I'm gonna select this image. Okay, and after that I'm gonna define the name as well. So you can see that the image is uploading, the image get uploaded. Now I'm gonna type the name, so I'm gonna write Galaxy or Jupiter, something like that, planet wallpaper, planet iPhone wallpaper, and the category gonna be iPhone wallpapers. Now, oh my gosh, I missed the one thing that is called, I had not added the button. Right, now let's add the button as well, guys. I'm really damn sorry, like I'm sorry, I just forget that adding the button. So now we are gonna have a button as well, and we're gonna button name will be gonna create a wallpaper, and it's gonna be on we're gonna add a class name as well. So the class name will be like padding of y-axis 2, padding of x-axis will be 4, my bad, padding of y-axis will be 2, and padding of x-axis will be 4, and background color will be bg will be blue, okay, blue of 500 basically, and it's gonna be text color gonna be white, okay, and it's gonna be rounded as well, okay, and once the user hover that, as we are like already doing, the bg color will be blue still, and but it's gonna be 700. Okay, now you can see that create wallpaper. Now if I click on this function button on click, handle create wallpaper, handle create wallpaper. Okay, so we are calling this function handle create wallpaper. Now let's create this function as well. So basically what we are going to do that, like once user call this function, it's gonna be async function because we are calling this function, and we are gonna making API call to create a wallpaper, right? So I'm gonna have a try catch block. So whenever you use async catch, so the best practice that you should use try catch. Okay, and I'm just consoling the error as well. And after that I'm gonna make one API call, const response is equal to await API dot post. I'm gonna making a post request / API / wallpapers, and inside the body I'm gonna pass the wallpapers object. Okay, and after that once it gets done, I'm gonna show a toast that toast dot success wallpaper created successfully. Okay, and if something wrong happens, so I'm gonna show a toast dot error that something went wrong. Okay, perfect. Now let's give it one more try. So we are calling this function here, like handle create wallpaper on the button click, right? Now I think this this image upload should be on the top, because first of all we have to ask the image upload, then we will fill the details. So it's gonna be on the top, so I'm gonna move this on the top before the name. So as you can see that I move this image upload function on the top. Okay, now let's choose upload the image. So I'm gonna again upload this image as well. Okay, so start uploading. It's gonna be like uploading 100%, and we will get the URL in some seconds. And I'm gonna call name is like planet Jupiter. I don't know which planet looks like, Jupiter planet iPhone wallpaper. Okay, and the category gonna be again iPhone wallpapers, and I'm gonna close this, click on create wallpaper. Oh my god, why it's not calling the function? So we are clicking on create wallpaper, but it's not calling. Okay, so what I done, instead of having on, we gonna do this on click. Now again I make a typo, like I was previously I written that on can play, but it should be on click. So I'm really guys sorry for that. Now let's give one more shot. Okay, so now I'm gonna choose upload the image once more. Okay, and the image get uploaded in seconds. Yeah, and the wallpaper name gonna be again planet iPhone wallpaper, and the category gonna be again iPhone wallpaper. Now let's check it out in the network tab. Let me close all the things, and let's click on create wallpapers. We are making API call, and the wallpaper is created successfully. Awesome. Now let's upload another image, and let's give us try with this image as well. So it's gonna be again I think the second image, and it's gonna be called blue color illusion iPhone image wallpaper, whatever you guys can name, like that's not a big deal. Now let's click on create wallpapers. So it started, and you can see the toast wallpaper created successfully. How it's looking good, man. Okay, so this is how you can add more wallpapers whatever you want. So I will add that all the wallpapers in sometimes. Okay, and you can add more categories as you want. Okay, so this is how we can create a wallpaper screen. Now you can also check it out on the database if you want. Let me reload this and check it out that on the wallpapers we are getting two wallpapers, right? Alright, so let's try to understand the whole code whatever we had done at. Okay, so first of all we went to the add. First of all, let's do like that. So we went to the source directory, we went to the app. Inside the app we are having a add wallpaper, and we are we are calling this function const category is equal to set categories. We are having one state. Okay, and after that we are having a wallpaper state where we are having a name, image and category. Okay, and once the user once the page is mounting on the UI, we are calling a function called get all categories using this endpoint api.get/api/categories. Once we get the data, we are setting that into the category state using the response.category. And if you're getting any error, so we are just consoling the error as well. And after that we are having a handle get image URL which we are passing as a callback function to the children image upload component. And after that, once user click on handle create wallpaper, we are calling this function handle create wallpaper. We are making API request to the api.post/api/wallpapers. We are having we are passing this wallpaper state in a body. You can see that we are having name, image and category. And once it's created, we are showing a toast that wallpaper gets successfully. And if you are getting any error, so we are showing a toast something went wrong. And on the top we are having a add category button. And after that we are having a image upload where we are passing this callback function handle get image URL as a props. And we are having a one input type text where we are having a set wallpaper. Okay, and set wallpaper will be like inside this what we are doing, we are first getting the previous state, we are spraying the previous state, and we are updating with the name key with the new value. And after that we are having a select drop down, we are having a class name value. The value will be wallpaper.category, whatever user has selected. Okay, and after that we gonna have on change event as well. And event is equal to set wallpaper. So we are spreading the previous data, and we are just updating with the new data. And we are having option is equal to value, select category, and after that we are having categories.map. Okay, and we are just spreading the all the options as well. And after that we are having a button that is called create wallpaper, which is used to create wallpaper. Awesome. Now after that, what screen is left? That is the main screen, that is called home screen, where we're gonna show the list of wallpapers. So let's do that. And here we're gonna show the do the infinite scrolling as well. So what we had done, we had created the add category page, we had created the upload image component with the Firebase storage, we had created the add wallpaper page as well. Now we have to create a homepage screen, and where we're gonna show a list of wallpapers, and we have to implement an infinite scrolling as well. So let's do that as well. To achieve that, what we are gonna do, let me close this again. We have to go inside the source. Inside the source we are having an app. Inside the app we are having a layout.js, and we are having a page.js. The page.js is the root page of our app. So inside this, what we have to do, we have to make a API call to the get all the wallpapers, and after getting all the wallpapers, we have to render that images as well. So you can, for the reference, you can check it out, this is image as well, which we had done. This is this type of a screen, like so we have to do that. The first is gonna be a button add wallpaper, and after that we're gonna have a list of images with the along with the infinite scrolling. Okay, so I went to the this main comp inside the home, and here what I'm gonna do, first of all I'm gonna add a one button. So I'm gonna use link. Okay, inside this basically what is gonna do, whenever user click on this button, it's gonna be navigate to the add wallpaper. Okay, and I'm gonna add a link link href, and it's gonna be a /add wallpaper. Okay, so if you user click on this button, it's gonna navigate to the /add wallpaper. Okay, now let's add some styling to this as well. So the class name gonna be background of blue, bg of blue is 500. Okay, and let's do that. Okay, now after that, once the user hover that, it's gonna be a background blue again, but it's gonna be 700 background blue, and it's gonna be 700 like this. And the text is also gonna be white, and we're gonna give some font will be bold. Okay, and I'm gonna give some padding of y-axis will be 2, and padding of x-axis will be 4, and I'm gonna make this rounded as well, rounded. Okay, and it is rounded, and margin top will be 4. Okay, and let's check it out. Margin top 4, and if I reload this, okay, let me give some margin top will be 10. Okay, why it's not working? So bg of blue of 500, on the hover we are having a bg blue of 700, text white, font bold, and we had given the padding margin top. Okay, now on the main let's do something else. So class name gonna be, I'm giving the class name, and padding will be 8. Okay, perfect. You can see the add wallpaper. Now if I click on add wallpaper, it's navigating to this screen. Awesome. Now the next thing which we are going to do that is that we have to render the all the images, right? So how we can do that, let's see that. So first of all, we're gonna make an API call that is called to get all the wallpapers, right? I'm going to write a method, a function that is called get wallpapers. So const get all wallpapers. Okay, it's gonna be a async function. Okay, and I'm gonna make async arrow function, and whenever you use async function we will try to use try catch as well. Okay, and after that I'm gonna write const response is equal to await API dot get request, and we have to define the path. The path will be /API/wallpapers, right? And as you can see that I usually make a typo in const, I don't know why. Okay, now after that we will get the response. Okay, and once we get the response we have to update that response to the set wallpapers. So I'm gonna write const new wallpapers is equal to response dot data dot wallpapers, otherwise it's gonna be an empty array, and we have to also check this like this. Okay, response dot data dot wallpapers. Okay, and after that we'll check that if new wallpapers dot length is there. Okay, if length is there, like length is greater than 0, so at that point of time set wallpapers is gonna be a new wallpapers. All right. Okay, now after that, whenever the component get mount on the UI, at that point of time we have to call this function. So how we can call this? So we have to use an use effect hook. Okay, and we have to import the use effect from the React. Okay, and after that I have to write like this and callback function. Inside this we have to call our get all wallpaper function, and we have to pass a empty dependency array like this. All right, now after that if you see what we are like, does wallpaper state is updating or not? And before that there's one typo I had done, so it's gonna be wallpapers, not something else, as I had done typo. Okay, now let's me open the network tab and let's see or the console what we are getting. So as you can see that on the console we are getting nothing, and if I reload this again, okay, so we are getting response dot data dot wallpapers, and I had done a typo here as well, wallpapers. Okay, now as you can see that inside the response dot data dot wallpapers we are getting the data, and now again if I reload this, okay, so we are getting 2 data right now because we had added 2 data. Okay, now after that once we get the data we have to render this on the UI, right? So what I'm going to do, basically I'm going to create one div inside this. Let me create one div, and inside this div we're gonna have a class name. The class name will be padding of 6, and it's gonna be rounded large. Okay, and I'm gonna also give some shadow of large. Let's see, and we can't see, you can see that this is the shadow is come up with the padding of 6. Inside this div, what I'm gonna do basically guys, I'm gonna create another div with the grid view. So inside this div we're gonna have basically grid view. Let me show you that. First of all, let's map the wallpapers. So wallpapers dot map, inside this we were getting the wallpaper. Okay, and inside that we have to return some HTML element, right? So I'm gonna I'm gonna have another div. Inside this div I'm gonna render this image. Okay, the image will be like source is equal to wallpaper dot image, right? And the key will be like this, let me pass a key. So whenever you guys, whenever you use map, make sure to pass key, okay, otherwise you will get error wallpaper dot underscore id. Okay, now as you can see that the image which is rendering, like it's rendering too much height and width, so let's add a height and width as well. So the class name will gonna be a width of full, like whatever the width is it, and but it's gonna be rounded. We are giving some border radius as well, and the div, so how many items you want to show in a row, so we have to also define that. So I'm gonna add a class name to the this div, not this div, my bad, the class name which I'm gonna apply to this main div, the class name, and it's gonna be a grid view. So I'm gonna using the grid view, and it's gonna be a grid columns. So the one it's gonna be a 3 column in one grid. Okay, so and we're gonna give some padding of as well, so gapping of 4 for now. Okay, all right, so it's gonna be a 3 grid view item. Okay, now I will add some more items, will show you that. And as you can see that we had added this grid view here, and after that what we are going to do that, guys, we are going to use infinite scroll. All right, so we have to also implement that. Okay, so implement that, what we, there's one package that is called react infinite scroll. Okay, so we have to configure this package. So just click on this npm package, you have to just copy this command. Okay, you can see that there's a example. Okay, let's click that. Okay, and after that let me stop the server and install this package npmi react infinite scroll component. I will add some more datas after this, to show you example for this, you guys. And let me start again, npm start. So currently okay, my bad, it should be npm rundev. So currently, once you make API call, we are only getting the 10 datas, right? So we have to also implement that, add a pagination logic here. Okay, so we'll add this that as well. So now after that let's add one thing that is called infinite scroll. So infinite scroll, so we have to import the infinite scroll from the react infinite scroll. So as you can see that react is infinite scroll component, we had imported that. Okay, and after that what we have to do, we have to write some props. Okay, so the first props is gonna be data length. Okay, and we're gonna pass the wallpapers dot length. Okay, now after that if you see on this documentation, they have given a very good example, like we have to pass data length, and once the item get completed, so which method you have to call, does we have a has more data, all the things. Okay, and in message, all the things you can do that, all the things. Okay, and pull down the refresh rate, all the things you can add it. Okay, now let me do all the things here quickly. So first of all I have to call the infinite scroll component inside this grid div. We have to wrap this up. Okay, and we are passing data length is equal to wallpapers dot length, and the second props is gonna be that is called next, and we're gonna call fetch, we're gonna make a one function called fetch more data, and let's create a method as well, const fetch more data. All right, and it's gonna be a function where we're gonna have a logic, as logic to when the data is completed. Okay, so we're gonna write the logic in some time. Okay, and after that we're gonna have another props that is called has more. So it like basically you will check that does we have more data. So let's create one state that will check that does we have more data, const has more. I will explain you guys, just relax for now. Set has more and use state, it's gonna be a false. Initially it's gonna be true. Okay, initially it will be has more data, and after that it will become false if there is no data. So let's pass the has more property as well. Okay, and after that we have to pass a loader as well. So if our component is loader, so we have to pass a loader, right? So let's do that as well. So we're gonna have one hdiv for right now, h1, and loading and fetching more data, fetching a phrase fresh datas. Okay, and after that once the user end message, like once the user reached to the end, so we're gonna show a message as well, like render a component which gonna be like this. I'm gonna render a p tag. Hey, you have seen it all. Okay, now as you can see that nothing we are, because we are able to see the all message but we are not able to see any message in the bottom. Now let's make it false. It has more as a false. Now if I do that, nothing has happened, right? Okay, let's leave it out. Now after that, if you see that we are having infinite is call, we are passing the wallpapers dot length, whatever the state wallpapers length we have. We are calling a method called fetch more data. Okay, we are having a has more function as well. All right, now we have to add a fetch. As you can see that we had created a function called fetch more data, but we had not added the logic for that. Okay, so let's add that logic as well. So we're gonna have a after this we're gonna have a params. Okay, inside the params we're gonna have a page count. So we're gonna make a state called const page. Okay, so let's add a page const page, and we're gonna have a set page. Okay, set page, and it's gonna be use state by default 1. Okay, and whenever whenever we change, whenever we scroll down, we'll update the page as well. So what we are going to do, guys, that let me explain you. We are passing a page, so whenever user see view all the page, so we are calling set page is equal to page plus 1, whatever the last page value is that. And after that what we are doing, that we are calling a function. Okay, we are calling the function that is called fetch wallpapers. So we have to pass a dependency item here like this. If page value gets changed, so we are calling this get all wallpapers again. All right, and if we check that, okay, so new wallpapers dot length. After that we are doing one more thing, that is called, we are spreading the previous state wallpapers, and we are updating with the new wallpapers like this. If new wallpapers has length. Okay, and there is one more thing. If new wallpapers dot length is less than 10. Okay, if less than limit. Okay, so what we are going to do, guys, that we are going to check that. What we are going to do, that let me explain you. I think 20, not 10. Let me check that logic. Please keep patient with me. I will explain you every line of code. Okay, just give me just some seconds. So as you can see that we having a limit. Okay, so if new wallpapers dot length is more, then we're gonna set has more as a false. Okay, to understand this we gonna add some more data. So before that, let me explain you what we are doing here right now. So as you can see that we are having one function that is called get all wallpapers. We are calling this function whenever the component mount on the UI. Okay, so we are hitting this get all wallpapers function. Here we are making API request API / wallpapers. We are passing the page value inside the params. All right, we are reading the URL we are storing that on the new wallpaper variable, and we are checking that if new wallpaper dot length is there. So we are updating in the set wallpaper state by spreading the existing values and adding the new values, new array of data. Okay, and after that we are checking that if new wallpaper dot length is less than 10, then we are telling that set has more is false. Basically what does do now, basically if set has more is a true. Okay, so if set has if has more is true, then only we will increase the page set page, like we will only make API call to the next page, like we will tell that, man, we have more data, so you can make more data, like you can scroll down and you can bring more data. Okay, so inside this div infinite scroll, we had created one imported one component called infinite scroll. We are passing the data length as a wallpaper dot length. Okay, and once the complete, like we are in the next we are calling fetch more data function is will calling that has more. Okay, and we are having a loader, like while loading the APIs. Okay, and on end message we are having end message, and inside this we are rendering a div. Inside this data div we are having a wallpapers, and we are looping over all the images. All right, now if you see that, do we have any other property as well? Okay, So this is how. Now what I'm gonna do guys, for now guys, I'm gonna add some more data here. As you can see that I added more data on our app. So if I reload this app, so what you guys can see, it's calling loading fetching more datas, right? And if I scroll down, it will make another more API call and it will bring some more data. So we have implemented the React Native infinite installer. So you can see the loading fetches more fresh datas. All right, so this is the thing which we had implemented right now guys. So if you're facing any issue regarding this, so what you have to do, there's one WhatsApp group we had created. So if you're facing any issue, you can ask your question on this group. So you have to just scan your WhatsApp camera and you can ask our question. Okay, and let's try to understand this. So I'm gonna open the console of this browser and let me reload this page. So you can see that while reloading this page, we are calling making API equal to the page number 1. all right, and if I scroll down, currently we are getting only the 10 data. Okay, if I scroll down, so it will making another more API called page number 2. So it's bringing more fresh data, page number 3, page number 4, page number 5. Okay, if I more scroll down, so you can see that it's bringing more data, page number 6, page number 7, and so on. Okay, so this is how we implement the React Infinite is called component. We will also implement this on our app as well. Okay, so I have added this all the datas. You can also add some more data in your app and you can do all the things whatever you want to do. And yeah, now after that, what we are going to do guys, that we had created the home page where we see list of wallpapers. We had implemented the infinite scrolling components as well, and after that we have to deploy our admin panel as well. So let's do that as well. So deploy this admin panel, what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna open the Vercel. So I'm gonna click on my account, MD Alisan Ali. Okay, before that we have to push the whole code on this on the GitHub. So we have to open our terminal and write git add git commit -m, and I'm gonna write a message called project admin panel completed, admin panel completed, and I'm gonna write git push. all right, now once you write git push, it will push the code. Okay, and after that we have to click on add new, click on project. Okay, and once you click on project, it will ask you to select the project. So I'm gonna select my project. Okay, so admin panel wall hub, this is our project. Click on import. Do you have any environment variables? No, I think. Click on deploy, it will start deploying your app, and this is how you guys can deploy. And that's all in this video guys, I think. So this is how you can deploy and you can use it. All right, so if you're facing any issue regarding this, you can feel free to reach out to us. You can ping on us group as well. So what we had done in this full stack app development course, we had completed the app UI stuff. Till then we had deployed the backend setup as well. We had also completed the admin panel setup as well. Now the last thing which we is going to that API integration on Wallpaper app, and after that we will deploy our Wallpaper app on Google Play Store. All right, thank you, bye.